Okay, I believe we are live here in the Facebook group. Let me make sure I've got my volume on. Okay, we're going to go live here on IG in just a second. Yep, checking connection. We're going to go live on IG on my phone, and then we will get started. All right. We are live, it looks like. Okay, so we're going live here in the Facebook group Sales Revolution. We're going live. Actually, okay, so we're live here on IG on my phone. We're going to do a live here on my IG on my phone. We're also live here in the all right, so people are coming in on my desktop here on our Facebook group. So we're going live in our Facebook group, Sales Revolution. We're going live on LinkedIn, our YouTube channel, our Facebook business page. We got 65,000 of you following me around on the Facebook business page now, and my personal Facebook. And we're going to go live here on my phone on Instagram. Now, today we're going to do a training for the next 20 minutes. And I know all of you guys have this issue. What do you do when one of your leads that said, I'm in, like I'm ready to do it, but I've got to go get the funds from the bank, or I've got to move it around from a different department, or I got to cash in my 401k or something, or they say, I've got to go get my credit card later today, I'll get back to you, and then the lead ghosts you. So how many of you on here? I know we're going live. Like I said, we're going live here on my phone in IG. We're going live here in the Facebook group, LinkedIn, my personal Facebook page, and YouTube, all over the place here on my desktop. So if I go up and down, that's what I'm doing. I'm not crazy. So how many of you get leads that say they're in, or they're ready to go, or maybe you have a second appointment with them, or a follow-up, or a demo, or proposal, and then the lead just ghosts you? And then you call them, you email them, you text them, and they never freaking get back to you. Okay. Now, if that's you, I want in the comment section, just post me. Like that happens to me. I have leads that ghost me, that say they're in, that they're ready to pay, and then they just ghost me and they disappear forever. Now, the question is, how do you get them back? What do you need to say in your voicemails? What do you need to say in an email? What do you need to say in a text message if you have their cell phone that's going to trigger them to respond back to you? That's what we're going to focus on today. So if you're brand new, if you're a sales professional, if you're a coach, if you're a sales executive, if you're a consultant, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you have leads that ghost you, which I know all of you do, how do you respond to that? What do you email them? Is it a 2 or 3 paragraph pitch, or is it something short and simple? Just one question. What do you email them? What do you text them? And what do you say in a voicemail that's going to cause them to call you back very, very quickly? And I'm not talking about some gimmick. I'm talking about something real that actually gets you results. We're going to go over that today. Now, if you're brand new to our Facebook group, Sales Revolution, because I'm going live here on my desktop, or if you're brand new here on IG and you're just starting to follow this guy around, or let's say you're brand new on our YouTube channel or LinkedIn or our Facebook group or whatever. My name is Jeremy Miner. I'm the chairman and founder of Seventh Level. Now, we're a company that trains sales professionals just like you watching me here. So we train companies all the way from Fortune 100 companies down to SMB, down to individual salespeople that sell any product or service that you can imagine. We train over 160 some different industries at this point, which I didn't even know there was that many that existed in the world. All right. Now, what we teach you is we teach you in your sales teams how to transform the way they sell by learning specific skilled questions and techniques that actually work with human behavior. Now, what do I mean when I say it works with human behavior rather than works against it? Because if it goes against it, it actually triggers what's called sales resistance, and your prospect gets turned off quickly and tries to get rid of you quickly. Now, what we're talking about when we're saying working with human behavior, we're talking about what's called NEPQ. That stands for Neuro Emotional Persuasion questions with the right tonality that puts your prospects at ease, eliminates sales pressure, and gets them to want to engage with you, to actually want to open up to you because they feel like you might have something very important for them to offer. Now, if you're on the live right now, like I said, I'm going live here on IG. There's about 65 of you here. If you're live here in the Facebook group or my LinkedIn or my personal Facebook, if you're on live right now, I want you to go on your phone and I want you to post #live. So if you're on live right now, before I'm going to train you how to get people to respond back to you that ghosted you, you're going to help us out. So post #live in the comment section. So post #live. And if you're on the replay I want you to post hashtag replay. So I better see a lot of you do that. Post hashtag live if you're on the live right now, or hashtag replay if you're on the replay. I'm not going to train you guys those skills today without you doing that. There you go. Now, if you're on the phone right now, okay, well, I think most of you are probably on the phone, but here's my desktop going live here on StreamYard. You guys over in IG, you're looking beautiful today. Now, I want to see all of you. If you're on IG or if you're in the Facebook group or LinkedIn, I want you to smash the like button and I want you to smash the heart button. So I want each of you to smash the like button and smash the heart button. So I want each of you to smash the like button, smash the heart button. I better see hundreds of hearts. I better see hundreds of likes here in the Facebook group for me to teach you these skills, because I can assure you, when I teach you this 1 or 2 questions you can ask in an email or a text or your voicemail, your people that call you back are going to be 10 to 1 compared to what you used to get. All right? All right. All right. Nobody cares about me. They just want the training. You guys are so selfish. What are we going to do with you guys? All right. So let's talk about it. You've had a great discovery call. You've made a great demo. Maybe you had a great presentation or a great proposal, depending on if you sell business to consumer or business to business. Okay. The prospect seems like they're into your solution. Maybe they even said that they're ready to go. Seems like the sale is made, but they just have to get their credit card. They have to get the wire instructions from a different department. They have to cash out a 401k or sell something. There's something going on where they're going to go get the funds, and then poof. Or maybe you set up a second call. Like let's say you do a first call discovery call and you're setting up a second call demo or a presentation or a proposal or a meeting with the board, and then poof, they just disappear. The prospect goes MIA. You call, you text, you send emails, and nothing. They don't respond to you. What do you do at that point? Okay, it's very simple. So whether you sell, like I said, B2B or B2C, you can use this one small text. I even took notes for you guys today, so I wouldn't forget some of this. So you're going to use this one small text and email that will get most of your prospects to respond with the truth of what's really going on. Now, wouldn't you want to know the truth of what's going on rather than them ghosting you? Because if they have a concern, you now know that and you know how to resolve that concern. If they never respond to you, you don't know what's going on. They could have got abducted by aliens by all you know. So the first step is you're going to call and leave a voicemail. So let's say that you've already done that. You've already called a few times and you've left a few messages. Now, I will tell you this, just a rule of thumb, you don't want to call 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. Why would you ever call a prospect that's ghosted you? Let's say you have an appointment at 1, they don't answer, you leave them an email, a voice message, and a text, and you call them back 2 hours later. What do you think goes on in your prospect's mind when you do that? That you're just desperate. You automatically, your status goes lower. You have no status frame with that prospect. You look like just another salesperson who needs them, who needs the sale, who's desperate, who's trying to get a hold of them, okay? So the rule of thumb is you don't really want to call more than once per day. If you're selling business to business, a lot of times when we train companies, we have them call maybe every other day. If it's business to consumer, you can probably get away with once per day, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what to do. So in this example, let's say you've already called 3 times. You called Monday, you called today Tuesday, you called tomorrow Wednesday, and on Thursday you're going to leave this type of message. And I hope you have a pen right now. I hope you can write this down so you can get people to respond to you. Now, once again, I'm just giving you little hors d'oeuvres here on this Facebook Live. This isn't even a tenth of 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 a 1% of what we train in our virtual training platforms with their clients, okay, that are selling exactly what you are, that are probably crushing you right now in your industry. I can assure you that. So let's say on the 4th call, you leave this voicemail, okay? Hey, John, it's just Jeremy Miller getting back to you. Just leaving you a voicemail again. I did try to reach you over the last 3 or 4 days and left you a few messages, but didn't hear back. My question is, where do you think we should go from here? So let me repeat that. Hey, John, it's just Jeremy Miller getting back to you. I did try to reach out to you the last 3 or 4 days and left a few messages, but didn't hear back. my question is, where do you think we should go from here? Now, here's my number, 573-444-6565, and I'll be here for a little bit today. Now, you're also going to text them that same message and email them that message. Let me repeat that. Hey, John, it's just Amy. I did try to reach you the last 3 or 4 days and left you a few messages, but didn't hear back from you. My question is, where do you think we should go from here? ? Here's my number, 655, blah, 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 blah. I'll be available here for just a little bit today, okay? So that's a voicemail and a text and an email. That's it, okay? If it's only by email, then you email them that. If you have their cell phone, you would also text them that. So if you only have their email, let's say if it's a B2B account, you're probably going to have their email, not their cell. Well, you might have their cell. It just depends on what you do. You're going to email them that. If it's B2C and you have their cell phone, I would email them that and text them that. Text is always better if you have that, okay? Now, remember the email, the text, the voicemail, it's short, it's concise, and it's right to the heart of the matter. Okay, so let me give you another example. Okay, I'm going to just write this down. Hey, Sally, this is just Jeremy Strong. We tried to reach you a few times, but we didn't hear back. My question is, how do you want to proceed from here? Okay, that's another version of that. Hey, Sally, it's just Jeremy Miner again with XYZ Company. I tried to reach you a few times over the last couple of days after our initial call to set up the demo, but we didn't hear back from you. My question is, how do you want to proceed from here? Now, when you're emailing them that and texting them that, don't write that out in like one big, huge paragraph. They're not going to read that. Space it out in 2 or 3 small sentences in different paragraphs, okay? It's much easier for them to read that. If you ever get a freaking text that's in like one blob, huge paragraph, do you ever read the whole thing? No, you don't. You kind of skip around. But if it's like 1 sentence, then space down, 1 sentence or 2 sentences, then space down, 1 or 2 sentences, you're going to read that whole thing because it's more engaging, okay? So remember, in your emails, your texts, and your voicemails, there's no waffling. There's no 2 or 3 or 4 huge paragraphs or emails in your text with a bunch of fluff in them that makes you appear desperate for the sale, okay? Because I want to ask you, how many emails do you get each day that are 2 big paragraphs long or 3 or 4 or 5 paragraphs long? Do you actually ever read the whole thing? Probably not. As a business owner like myself, I get probably 50 of those a day. I literally only read the first sentence. And if it's not engaging enough, I'm just out. It could be them after a paragraph saying I won $500 million jackpot, and I would lose it because I just don't read the rest of it because it's too long. So if you're emailing business owners especially, if you make your emails fluffy and long, it is over. They are not going to read it, period. Okay, same thing with consumers, business to consumer, right? All right, now, so we're going to go back. You're simply going to address that you tried to reach them a few times but didn't hear back, and then you ask them the magical NAPQ question. It's a commitment question, smaller commitments. How do you want to proceed from here? Or you ask this question, where do you think we should go from here? Okay, now once you send that email or text, I'm going to assure you, you are going to be shocked on how most of your prospects, I'm talking 80+%, are going to return that email or text within a few minutes or maybe a few hours with the truth of what's really going on. Now, a lot of times when they get back to you, because now you're detached, like you don't really care, right? Like that's your attitude that you're coming across. But a lot of times when they get back to you, they're going to say they got super swamped, and they might say, hey, I just got really busy, or yes, we're ready to go. We finally got the funds, or I've been traveling, or yes, we've got swamped, but I have a few more questions, or well, we decided to go with someone else, or we decided not to go with your offer, or our CEO has some concerns. Now, if they have concerns, at least you now know what they are. And you're in a much better position now to be able to help them resolve their own concerns because you know what the truth of what's really going on within that sale, okay? When you simply ask a lead that ghosts you, how do you want to proceed from here? Or where do you think we should go from here? It shows that you're not desperate. You're not attached. You don't need them to buy. You've got tons of clients. You don't need to chase them. It's the mindset of you're pretty much doing them a favor for them paying your company or paying you to solve their problems and get them the results they want. You're doing them a favor by allowing them to pay you to do that. Okay, I want you to think of selling much differently than you think it now, because it triggers them when you have that mindset and when you come across that way, not in an over-aggressive way, but a professional way. It triggers to view you as the expert, as the trusted authority who's there to help them solve their problems and get where they're wanting to go. Now, if by chance they don't respond to that text or email, so about 8 out of 10 will, okay? The other 20% that don't, I even show you what to do then to get probably half of those people to respond to you. We got plan A, plan B, plan C here. There you go, folks. So write this down. So if by chance they don't respond to that text or email, the last question is, where do you think we should go from here? Or how do you want to proceed from here? You're then going to give it 2 or 3 days, and then you're going to leave this final message and email and or text. Okay, so make sure you write this down. So let's say this is a voicemail. Hey, John, it's just Jane Kelly. We had left you a few voicemails over the last week or so, and we had sent you a couple of emails and texts, but we didn't hear back from you. So we're not sure if you got abducted by aliens, if you retired and moved to Bali, or maybe you won the $500 million jackpot lottery that just came out last month. However, this will be our final attempt to reach you. So if you want to reach me, this is my number one last time. And like I said, this will be my final attempt to reach you. Talk to you then. Click. Okay. You'll send that same text and that same email. But remember, you're not going to send it in one large, huge paragraph. Nobody's going to read that. You're going to space out a couple of sentences each, and then you send it off. Okay. You're going to send it that text and email right after you leave that voicemail. And either the prospect's going to get back to you, which probably so you would have got probably 75, 80% of the first people to respond with the first way I showed you how to do it. But let's say there's 20% that don't. Usually half of those people will finally get back on that email with their real concern or something that's going on. And for the few percentages that don't get back to you, now you can remove them off of your calendar and not waste your valuable selling time trying to chase them down. All right. Now, if you guys want to learn, I just gave you a little hors d'oeuvre. I hope that helped you today with getting emailing and texting and voicemails to get leads who ghost you back on the phone with you, or back on a Zoom appointment with you, or back in an in-person meeting. Hope that helps you. I just gave you a little nibble today, a little hors d'oeuvre. If you want to be like our clients and learn way more advanced sales skills so you can sell a lot more of your products and services than you are now, in the comment section, just post hashtag NEPQ. So we got a bunch, 95 of you here on IG. In the comment section, just post, hell, on IG, just message me right now. Just send me a message on IG. I'm not, well, I might slap you around. Just joking. So just message me right here on IG if you're on IG, and we'll give you some different training options so you can sell a lot more of your products and services than you are now. Now, if you're in the Facebook group here on my desktop, or if you're in our LinkedIn channel or our Facebook business page, hell, we got 65,000 followers here on this Facebook business page. Or if you're on my personal Facebook or the Facebook group Sales Revolution, we got 17,000 of you followers in that one. You want to learn way more advanced skills than you are now so you can sell a lot more of your products and services, because here's what I can guarantee you. We are training companies and we are training salespeople in your industry that you are now that are crushing you in sales closing percentages, that are crushing you with income they are making, and they are selling the exact same industry and products and services that you are now. So if you want to learn those type of skills, if you're in the Facebook group, just message me now. Just send me a message right here on Facebook. Okay. If you're in LinkedIn, send me a message. Okay. If you're in my private Facebook, send me a message. Okay. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, we'll post the Facebook join link, salesrevolution.group. So we'll have somebody post it here on IG as well. In the Sales Revolution Facebook group, we go live about 3 or 4 times a week. I only go live on IG maybe once a week or so. I get lazy. But we go live in the Facebook group 3 or 4 times with different trainings, different Q&As, different interviews of our clients to break down their sales processes. We've talked to them. So if you're on IG, just message me now if you want to learn how to sell like our clients are selling to make that type of money. 10,000 a month in commissions, 20,000, 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000 plus a month in commissions. Or if you're a business owner, or let's say you're a sales manager and you want your salespeople to perform way better, if you want them to sell more than they are now, a lot more, like double, triple their numbers, okay, to hit their quotas so your company makes more money and you as the sales manager makes more money, just message me right here on Facebook or message me right here on IG, and we'll message you back some training details. It'll either be myself or my CEO, Matt Ryder, or my Chief Revenue Officer, Marco Cortese, will message you more details so you can sell more as well, because selling doesn't have to be hard. It's very easy. Once you learn the right skills that work with human behavior, you're going to find your prospects are going to pull you in and start chasing you down rather than you pushing them, trying to chase them down. Because who has the time to do that? Who has the mental capacity to want to get rejected day in and day out all the time? Love to all of you. Now, we will be going live here in the Facebook group tomorrow only. We won't be going live on IG, so you want to make sure you're getting the Facebook group. We will be going live in the Facebook group tomorrow with one of our clients. His name is Sean Jones. He's one of our clients. Look, this guy makes $65,000 a month in commissions now. He's about to hit up to about $80,000 a month in commissions with his comms pay plan. He's a W-2 salesperson. Sells B2B sales. Okay. So I'm going to interview him tomorrow. He's been trained. I think he's been in our advanced inner circle program for the past 6 months, has completely crushed it. He's making almost double what he used to make. That's not a bad start. So if you want to hear me interview a salesperson that's making, well, averaging about $65,000 a month in commissions, what's that? About 800 grand a year right now. And he's on pace to make about $1 million a year with some other tweaks that we're doing in his sales process. So if you want to learn what we've taught him tomorrow, tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific Standard Time here in the Facebook group. We're going to go live with him for about 30 minutes, and we're going to train you and break down some of his sales process that you can use to sell more of your products and services as well. Much love to you. I've got to get on another training call in a few minutes. Hashtag NEPQ in the comment section, or just message me directly. We'll give you different training options so you can sell more of your products and services. Love to all. See you soon. Okay, guys, get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Hashtag NEPQ if you want us to train you, like our clients. You could be crushing it. All it takes are the right skills. If you don't have the right skills, you don't crush it. You make way less money. It's up to you.